I flipped out for like 5 seconds. It was only 5 seconds, but I'm good. I'm good. What is up, everybody? My name is Advance. Welcome back to another episode of Buck Dynasty. Oh man, it was looking pretty bad. It was looking grim in the end, but you know, I'm learning to have faith. Oh man, to have faith in our quarterback. But in any case, welcome to Buck Dynasty. Let's break down this Jets game. All right. So first off, first quarter, 3-3. It's understandable. Jets have a very tough defense. But we started to figure it out in the second quarter. So they kicked the field goal. So now they're up 6-3. Then Mike Evans gets a touchdown, kick a field goal with Chase McLaughlin, and then Jamel Dean comes up with a very, very well-needed pick six with 28 seconds left in the half. And yeah, man, I hated doing that to Tyrod because I like Tyrod. I actually wanted us to sign Tyrod over Teddy Bridgewater, but hey, I don't get paid to make those types of decisions for a reason. So in any case, Chase McLaughlin field goal in the third quarter. Fourth quarter, this is where it started to look a little grim for us. Garrett Wilson passing touchdown. Then Chase McLaughlin kicked the field goal. Alan Lazard passing touchdown. Then came the dagger. I talked about this in the other video in the NFL breakdown, but the blocked field goal after the 2-minute warning, because that would have been the game that would have been the field goal or the score that would have put the game out of reach for the for the Jets. But Will McDonald blocked the field goal and ran it back for a touchdown. It actually came to my attention later that he jumped over the center, which you're not allowed to do. But nevertheless, it's Monday. We here. So, and yeah, and it was looking pretty bad. It was looking pretty bad because we was like, damn. You know, it's the story of our life. This always happens. We lead. We have a very promising game, and you know, then the team does something extraordinary, or the other team does something extraordinary, and they score, and then now we just left heartbroken. Then I remembered it's 2025. We won a Super Bowl 4 years ago. Dirk Cutter is no longer our coach. Oh man, and I know somebody said, and Jameis Winston isn't our quarterback. Listen, I don't give Jameis the hate that everybody else does. But Dirk Cutter ain't our quarterback. Oh my God, Dirk Cutter ain't our coach no more. You know, the era of the hopeful Buccaneers, is over with. We here now. Yeah, we won a Super Bowl. We've won the division title 5 straight years in a row. We contenders. I don't want to hear that. I was like, and then on top of that, we started the season leading fourth quarter comebacks. And I was like, all right, hold up. How much time is left on the clock? Oh, 1:49. Okay, we good. Yeah, they ran off the field like they won the game and shit. Like Baker hasn't done this in the 2 previous weeks. Somebody commented on one of my short videos and said, like, yeah, the scariest moment is when the Bucs have 2 minutes left on the clock. You're within one score, and the Buccaneers have just less than 2 minutes left on the clock. Mind you, we also had 2 timeouts too. So yeah, man, they took like maybe 2 or 3 shots for the end zone, and then they was like, you know what? No, we just gonna go for placement. And yeah, Chase McLaughlin came out, kicked the field goal, got us up out of there. You know, like, so yeah, very successful home opener. Very successful creamsicle, orange sherbet, whatever color you want to call that orange game, because man, usually whenever we wear those games, those are the games that we lose. Because oh man, but nevertheless, I'm glad, and this is despite losing Cody Mauch for Cody Mauch being placed on injured reserve, despite having to sign 2 NPCs to fill in our offensive line. But guess what? We could be getting Tristan Wirfs and Godwin back next week versus the Eagles, and that's going to be the fade of all fades, just in time to close out the first quarter of the season. You know, so I always grade it by a quarter every 4 games. So, oh man, but you know, but I like Tyrod. I really do. I mean, you know, outside of that pick 6 that he threw, his numbers were pretty impressive. 26 for 36, 197 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Those are admirable. Baker, 19 for 29, 233 yards, 1 touchdown. So yeah. Mike Evans, who he had 4 receptions for 33 yards, 1 touchdown. Now, he did pull his hamstring in this game. So we'll see what the medical report looks like later in the week, but it's looking like he's probably going to miss a couple of games. So I would rather him just miss the games and then help us down the stretch and into the playoffs. Plus we getting Godwin back next week. Emeka Egbuka has proven that he has filled that Godwin role. So that means he can be a number 1 if he wants to. And that was another thing that, you know, sports analysts was giving him, they was giving him praise for, because they said how he was able to just step up like that. Yeah, he's doing exactly what we needed Chris Godwin to do all those years. Every time Mike Evans got hurt, Chris Godwin stepped up and he was the number 1 receiver. And that's crazy, because Chris Godwin used to be a number 3 receiver. Actually, no, he was splitting the number 3 role between him and Adam Humphries. So, yeah, man, it's tough, man. Look, I'm just ready for next week, man. Oh man, but no, next week is gonna be the real test. We had a game against Atlanta, we had a game against Houston, and then we was dominating the Jets, but then they started to come back. So you can say we had a game against them. So we had 3 fourth quarter game-winning drives in the last. We can't mess around like that with the Eagles. Not with Philly. Nah, can't do that. Nope. This says the game is going to be at 1 o'clock, but I wouldn't be surprised if they flexed that to 4:30, because man, that game, that's two heavyweights going at it, man. But hey, nevertheless, I'm happy. Worst case scenario, we 3-1 going into the second quarter of the season. Best case scenario, obviously, we stay undefeated. But hey, yeah, they undefeated too. So somebody's got to go. But hey, nevertheless, if they do get us, I would have no other team get us than them. But I'm pulling for my team all the way. But you know, it was already quoted to me by another Eagles fan that that the Bucs is actually one of 5 teams, or 4. Hold up, was it 4? Let's just say 5. One of 5 teams that could actually, fuck with them, but just going across the whole league. But as far as like the NFC, the Packers was the team to watch for. But I said that. I guess you could say the Rams, but the Eagles beat the Rams yesterday, and then of course us. And we're doing this with an offensive line that's held together by reserves and duct tape. So, hey, we're going to see what happens. But in any case, my name is Advance. If you are a Buccaneers fan, you should be dropping a like and a follow. And put your comments in the comment section down below. What were your thoughts of Sunday's game? Was you comfortable? Was you sweating a little bit? Or were you cool? Put your comments in the comment section down below. Let's chop it up and we're going to start this conversation. My name is Advance. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe on everything. I'm out.